Welcome to Crime of the Hour Official, where every hour hides a secret. Kindly like, share and subscribe for more. A young woman escapes the dangers of war in her home country, only to board a simple train ride in America that changes everything forever. Iryna Zarutska grew up in Ukraine amid growing conflict. When full-scale war broke out in 2022, she and her family made the tough choice to leave. They settled in Charlotte, North Carolina, a city that offered a fresh start far from the bombings and uncertainty. At 23 years old, Iryna quickly adapted to her new life. She found work as a line cook at a local Subway restaurant, handling orders and prepping food during busy shifts. In her free time, she pursued her passions. She loved animals deeply and enrolled in classes to become a veterinary assistant, dreaming of a career helping pets. Art was another outlet for her, where she created pieces that reflected her experiences and hopes. Friends and family described her as kind and full of life.
We just had a harder goal. She was a sweetheart, and it makes me sick to think that she's gone.
Her daily routine involved public transit, like many in the city, to get to and from work and classes without issue. Decarlos Brown Jr. had a very different path. Born in 1991, he spent much of his adult life in and out of the legal system in Mecklenburg County. Starting from 2011, records show he faced over 14 arrests for various charges, including larceny, robbery with a dangerous weapon, and assaults. Some of those assaults involved women, according to court documents. He served a 6-year prison term and got released in 2020. Brown struggled with homelessness after that, often without stable housing. Authorities noted erratic behavior in some encounters, and he received a schizophrenia diagnosis following an involuntary commitment sought by his mother at one point. In welfare checks, he mentioned delusional thoughts to officers. These issues led to additional charges like misusing 911 services. In January 2025, Brown appeared in court before Judge Teresa Stokes on pending charges. Despite his history, the judge released him without requiring cash bail, a decision based on the circumstances presented at the time. A month later, in February, his public defender raised concerns about his mental competency, questioning if he could fully understand the consequences of his actions. Judge Roy Wiggins responded by ordering a forensic mental health evaluation. Still, Brown remained free while awaiting that process, as the court did not deem immediate detention necessary under the evaluation guidelines. Charlotte's public transit system, the Lynx Blue Line, serves as a key way for residents to move around the city. It connects neighborhoods, workplaces, and stations like East/West Boulevard. Riders expect a safe, routine experience, but challenges like fare evasion persist. The Charlotte area transit system works on solutions such as better enforcement, though resources limit full coverage. On August 22, 2025, around 9:46 p.m., the train carried passengers going about their evenings. Some scrolled on phones, others sat quietly. Brown boarded without purchasing a ticket, a detail later confirmed by authorities. He wore a red hoodie and took a seat, appearing somewhat agitated but not drawing notice from those around him. No one interacted with him in a way that stood out. About 30 seconds later, Iryna got on after her work shift. She wore a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, earbuds in place, focused on her phone. She chose a seat in the row ahead of Brown, minding her own business as the train moved along its route. For the next 4 minutes, nothing unusual happened. The ride continued normally, with passengers keeping to themselves under the fluorescent lights. Then at around 9:50 p.m., Brown reached into his pocket and pulled out a pocket knife. He stood up and approached Iryna from behind. The attack occurred quickly, with Brown stabbing her multiple times. It ended in seconds and he walked toward the exit of the train car. At first, few riders realized the full extent of what had taken place. Drops of blood on the floor soon alerted them. 90 seconds after the incident, a bystander moved to assist Iryna. One man removed his shirt to apply pressure to her wounds in an effort to stop the bleeding. Others notified the train operator, who halted at the East/West Boulevard station. Police arrived promptly and took Brown into custody on the platform without resistance. They recovered the knife near the scene. Despite the quick response and aid, Iryna succumbed to her injuries. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department launched an immediate investigation. Detectives reviewed the surveillance footage from the train which captured the entire sequence. It confirmed no prior interaction between Brown and Iryna, leading authorities to classify the act as random. As a police statement noted, it appeared unprovoked with no clear motive identified at the outset. Officers interviewed passengers who were on board. Some had not noticed the event until after, while others provided details of the moments following. The footage, later released on September 5, 2025, by the Charlotte Area Transit System, matched these accounts and helped solidify the timeline. Forensics teams processed the train car, collecting evidence like the blood samples and the weapon. They worked to rule out any connections or patterns. Brown's recent history came under scrutiny early on. Investigators looked into his movements that day, confirming he had no ticket and highlighting broader issues with transit access. The medical examiner's report detailed the cause of death but kept specifics private out of respect for the family. The community reacted with shock. Iryna's family, still adjusting to life in the U.S., faced immense grief. They shared memories of her as a talented artist and animal lover who had sought peace after fleeing war. As her loved ones expressed in statements, life in Ukraine had been marked by daily bombings and fear, with no certainty of safety. Local Ukrainian immigrant group rallied support, describing the loss as devastating. A GoFundMe page launched shortly after raised over $80,000 to help with expenses and bring comfort to those left behind. City leaders convened a special meeting to address transit safety, discussing more security personnel, improved fare checks and additional cameras. Brown faced a first-degree murder charge the next day. Held without bond at the Mecklenburg County Detention Center, he underwent initial processing. A judge ordered a 60-day competency evaluation at a local hospital to determine if he could stand trial. His attorney has not made public comments. The case drew wider attention, with figures like President Trump offering condolences and calling for action against such events. In one statement he said, "We're going to get to the end of it. When you have horrible killings, you have to take horrible actions." He referred to the perpetrator as a madman or lunatic, and added, "There are evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country." Debates emerged about the justice system's approach to repeat offenders and mental health support. Some pointed to prior court decisions as missed opportunities for intervention. Others focused on public transit vulnerabilities, pushing for changes to prevent similar occurrences. Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles faced criticism for her initial response, which emphasized addressing homelessness and mental health while urging caution in sharing the video. The incident sparked calls from leaders like Florida Representative Randy Fine for legislation holding judges accountable for releases of violent individuals. As the legal process moves forward, the evaluation will guide next steps. For now, the emphasis remains on honoring Iryna's memory and implementing measures to enhance safety. Her story highlights the need for effective systems that protect everyone from recent arrivals to long-time residents. The tragedy serves as a reminder of how quickly lives can intersect in unexpected ways, prompting ongoing discussions about prevention and response in communities across the country. Thanks for watching. For more updates, like and subscribe to Crime of the Hour Official.